Top 10 Most In-Demand Programming Languages. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. And subscribe to this channel for our future updates. You don't want to waste your time. If you're going to put aside the time and energy needed to learn new programming languages, you want to make sure, without a doubt, that the ones you choose are the most in-demand programming languages on the market. In this video, we'll walk you through the 10 most in-demand programming languages. Number 1. JavaScript. JavaScript is the most common coding language in use today around the world. This is for a good reason. Most web browsers utilize it, and it's one of the easiest languages to learn. JavaScript requires almost no prior coding knowledge. Once you start learning, you can practice and play with it immediately. JavaScript is used to manage the behavior of web pages. With it, coders can create dynamic web elements such as animated graphics, interactive maps, clickable buttons, and more. Programmers who use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in tandem obtain a higher level of website control and can provide a better user experience in terms of navigation and readability. Number 2. Python. Python is a general-purpose programming language that empowers developers to use several different programming styles when creating programs. Several popular digital tools and platforms were developed with Python, including YouTube, Google Search, and iRobot machines. As one of the more easy to learn and use languages, Python is ideal for beginners and experienced coders alike. The language comes with an extensive library that supports common commands and tasks. Its interactive qualities allow programmers to test code as they go, reducing the amount of time wasted on creating and testing long sections of code. Number 3. HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Don't let the complicated sounding name fool you, though. HTML is one of the most accessible stepping stones into the world of programming. Technically, HTML is a markup language, which means that it is responsible for formatting the appearance of information on a website. Essentially, HTML is used to describe web pages with ordinary text. It doesn't have the same functionality as other programming languages in this list and is limited to creating and structuring text on a site. Sections, headings, links, and paragraphs are all part of the HTML domain. Number 4. CSS. CSS, or cascading style sheets, is usually applied in conjunction with HTML and governs the site's appearance. While HTML organizes site text into chunks, CSS is responsible for determining the size, color, and position of all page elements. CSS is convenient, too. The cascading part of the name means that an applied style will cascade down from parent elements to all children elements across the site. This feature means that once users determine aesthetics for the main parent, they won't have to manually repeat their code across a website. Moreover, the delegation of site organization to HTML and aesthetics to CSS means that users don't have to completely rewrite a web page just to change a color. Number 5. Java. Java is a general use and object-oriented programming language. In object-oriented programming, developers create objects that encompass functions and data, which can then be used to provide structure for programs and applications. Java's popularity is for good reason. This language is relatively easy to learn and use, boasts incredible security, and can handle massive amounts of data. These features make Java an ideal language for the online finance sector, and it is often applied in industries such as banking, billing, and the stock market. Number 6. SQL. SQL, or Structured Query Language, is a language that allows programmers to query and manipulate databases. As a domain-specific language, it is designed mainly for managing data within an RDBMS, Relational Database Management System. Put simply, SQL can locate and retrieve data from a database, as well as update, add, or remove records. While SQL is highly functional, it tends to work better with small databases and doesn't always lend itself to managing expansive ones. Number 7. NoSQL. NoSQL, or non-relational SQL, was created to improve SQL's scalability while retaining the other language's ease of use. Remember, SQL utilizes relational database/stream management systems that keep data in tables and allows users to manipulate and extract data. NoSQL databases, on the other hand, don't use tables and can be more useful than their predecessors for specific applications, such as storing data in a hierarchical network or supporting large-scale, cloud-based applications. Number 8. C#. Also stylized as C#, this language belongs to the object-oriented family of programming languages. C# was released in 2002 by Microsoft and stands today as a much-loved improvement on the C++ coding language. As a general-purpose language, C# is growing in popularity for developing web and desktop applications. There's no denying that it is one of the most in-demand coding languages for the upcoming year. However, there are other reasons to have this skill on your radar. Number 9. Rust. According to Stack Overflow, Rust has consistently ranked at the top of the most loved programming languages, with 86% of users claiming that they were interested in continuing to develop with it. However, Rust users only accounted for 3% of developers in the survey, which indicates that the vast majority of programmers are unfamiliar with its usefulness. Rust is a multi-paradigm programming language, which means that it allows developers to work in a variety of programming styles. In syntax, it is comparable to C++, though it supports more wide-ranging applications. Number 10. Perl. Perl isn't the most commonly used language on the market. In fact, just 3.1% of developers used it in 2020, and it didn't even make Stack Overflow's commonly used languages list for 2019. However, we are recommending it for a reason. If you're already well into your career, learning Perl could significantly boost your earnings potential. No matter which route you ultimately choose, one point is for certain: there's no better time to pick up a new skill and kickstart your coding career. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel before you go. Thank you for watching.